So this is going to be a really informative episode. One of our members asked basically, hey, what is better in terms of working out, right? To get the most bang for your buck, What is better? Is it more efficient to do straight sets? Or is it better to do, let's say, supersets? And there's like a whole thing that goes on into this. And that's why I figured, hey, it might be best to just create a podcast episode. That way, one, this member gets a lot of value, right? And second, you, right? As far as somebody that might be listening and kind of wondering to yourself, what is better, honestly? And you're going to really get to see kind of behind, my brain in terms of like how it works when it comes to coaching a client and helping them out and what's honestly most important. So let's dive in. What is first and foremost a straight set? Well, let's say if you're doing any kind of exercise, let's just say bench press. We'll use that for example. And let's just say it's 4 sets and we'll just say 8 to 12 reps, right? Well, a straight set would be, you focus on doing one set. So, doing the repetitions anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. And then you're resting anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds in between each set. And then you go on with the second set, rest, go on with the third set, go on, rest, and then go on to the fourth one, right? So that's a straight set where you're not bouncing back and forth between, let's say, another exercise. So let's use the same thing, right? Let's say, barbell bench press. And let's say we're supersetting that with dumbbell, flies, right? Or maybe there's some machines close by and there's, let's say, dips for your chest. We'll just use dips, for example, right? So a superset would be you're starting off with a bench press, and then you're doing the first set, which is 8 to 12 reps. And then you're going almost immediately to doing those dips, right? Maybe taking a few little, rest here and there, 5-10 seconds, but that's pretty much it. It's a superset. You're immediately going on to another exercise, and then you're taking that full rest of anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds. So what is better? Well, I want to educate you guys, right? Because first and foremost, it just by, studies have shown it is better, right, to focus on doing straight sets if you're focusing on progressive overload. Okay. And so what is progressive overload? Well, there's multiple ways that you can, progress in terms of your training, in terms of your workouts. But the best way in terms of what the studies have shown is by lifting heavier. So not so much of just more volume, not so much of minimizing the rest, but it's more so of that actual increase of the load, right? Lifting heavier weights, it is better. And think about it, right? You're not taxing the muscles as far as if you're doing a superset. So if you're able to lift heavier weights, then obviously, yes, right? You're going to able to get more of a muscle stimulus, and really grow that muscle more. And obviously, in terms of doing that, right, with development of building more muscle, you're improving your metabolism. You're burning body fat more effectively, right? Because muscle weighs more than fat. So yes, right. Studies have shown that straight sets are more important, I would say, right? Are more beneficial than doing, let's say, supersets. But here's where we take a turn, right? So I want you guys to look at it in terms of this. What is more enjoyable for you? Okay. For me, when I show up to the gym, I don't want to say I'm on a time crunch, right? Because I'm not, but I'll say it like this. As somebody that loves to work out, I hate working out at the same time, okay? Because I like to treat it like war, right? Headphones in, right? Hoodie over my head. I'm in the battlefield, right? I'm in the zone. And I don't personally like to just, do a set exercise, right? Let's just use barbell bench press, right? I'm doing that exercise and then I'm just waiting, right? For my 30 to 90 seconds, right? I'm just waiting. To me personally, I don't like that. I'd rather do a superset. I'd rather do something else, right? I that's just how I like to train, And sure, maybe I'm not getting as strong, right, as if I was doing, let's say, just straight sets, and maybe I'm not getting the best of my optimization when it comes to building muscle, but that's okay, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm doing what works best for me. I'm doing what I enjoy, right? I like going to the workouts. If I do my supersets, right, where I'm bouncing back and forth between different exercises, I enjoy doing that. It's fun, right? It's like mixing in cardio with training because I hate cardio anyways, right? So taking minimal rest and just really taxing my muscles, I like that. So sure, I'm not lifting as heavy as I could be if I was doing, let's say, straight sets, but I'm doing what I enjoy doing, right? And anytime you do something that you enjoy doing, odds are you can stick with it consistently over time longer, right? And now, this is where I really want you guys thinking in terms of like a coach at Heartletics, right? So I just kind of share with you, right? Hey, that one thing, right? Studies have shown it is better, right? To focus on, let's say, straight sets because you're not taxing the muscle. You can focus more on that progressive overload. But then you just heard from me say, like, what works best for me, right? In terms of enjoyment, right? I like doing the supersets, you know? This is where I really want you guys to think about this. The training, the working out is just the icing on the cake. So sure, right? Like the straight sets, studies have shown, right? That is better in terms of muscle building. But at the end of the day, like you can't out-train a bad diet anyways, you know? So it's like, I really want you guys to think about this. Like when you show up to the gym, it should be more therapeutic, right? Where you enjoy doing it. Yes, you're getting a great workout in. Yes, you're building discipline. Yes, you were letting out, some frustration or steam or stress, whatever the case may be. It's an outlet. Plain and simple, it's an outlet. So it's just like, I like to always coach and educate our members. Focus on having an outlet that you enjoy doing, right? That works best for you, that you can consistently do over time, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter too much in terms of, the straight sets, and the progressive overload, or not, progressing as much. Obviously, if you can focus on lifting heavier with supersets, and that's what I try to do my best on, right? That's great. But at the end of the day, like, hear me out. The workouts are just the icing on the cake. And I can't stress that enough. If you're focused on training each muscle group at least 2 times per week, and you are focusing on, being consistent, and you are focusing your best on, lifting heavier, if you can, workout over workout, right? That progressive overload, and it's fun, it's enjoyable, just stick with that. Just stick with that, because at the end of the day, the nutrition is the batter, right? That's the meat and the potatoes to all of this. And once you have that dialed in, the training is just fun, right? The training is just, once again, just that outlet, just that, form of, hey, I'm doing this because it's fun. It's enjoyable. So regardless, there's not a right answer. There's not a wrong answer. There's just a different way on how you should view training. And that's what I really want you guys to understand when it comes to all this, right? Like, sure, studies have shown this is better, but at the end of the day, focus on what you enjoy the most and don't stress it either, right? Don't focus on, oh man, I have to do this, I have to do this, right? Boom, 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 right? Ride or die. No, because at the end of the day, it's just training. It's just workouts, right? It's not like it's like nutrition where there's a big, moving the needle forward to your overall goals. So that's all I need to say. That's all I want to say. And hopefully this brings a lot of clarity to you, especially when you're working out, especially when you're training. It's all about having fun. So with that being said, this has been Coach Joe with the Heartletics Podcast, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts.